He was like, bro, should we call it I Am God? Like, I think people are going to cancel us. It always happens when I confront something really dark and like really concealed about my own psyche. Certain types of synthesizers will just have this really irky frequency that you can tell like a lot of rappers use, and we don't need labels and we don't need playlists. Then an entire section of people who've had generations doing this, what are they going to do? You think they're just going to let that happen?
So you dabble across multiple genres, and I've heard you say that you don't want to be pigeonholed into anything specific. But what feels like home to you? Like, is it the lyrical content, or like what do you anchor yourself to when you make music?
It has to be the melody. I feel like I didn't realize this earlier in my career, but as I'm seeing my own music evolve and listening to myself and my lyrics, it is whether you listen to something that I've sung in Hindi or English or Punjabi, you'll hear there's some sort of there's something happening with the melody that's always like grounding me and making it feel like it's still me. Like it doesn't matter what language it is. So I think it's not even the lyrics. Lyrics come second. Everything comes second. Yeah. I think it's just the sound.
So that's extremely instinctual for you.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, that is your strong suit. Just going off your discography, it's very melody heavy.
Yeah. Even if I'm rapping, it is a melody. And it's always like that's when I write too, it's the first thing that I get, and then it's gibberish and then I write.
Is it just like getting downloads? Is that what your process is like?
Yes. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, dude. I don't think I make anything.
Are you on the what even is a genre side of the fence?
Yes.
Like nothing really matters. Like it's just names, isn't it?
Yeah. It's in general, I hate categories of any kind. It's very reductive.
Yeah.
How are you going to tell someone, hey, you're a D&B artist? Bro, no, I like how it sounds. I'll use it a couple times, maybe more, but tomorrow if I make something that sounds like a ghazal, don't come at me.
Yeah, no.
Because that's also something I like, and humans can just be so complex.
And like, that's versatility, isn't it? Like,
yeah. And that's layers. Like if people are one-dimensional, then like the world is boring, right?
Yeah. The over-compartmentalization of music that's happening.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's with everything, dude. It's like the Cartesian philosophy of putting everything into boxes. Yeah. And everything is separate. I am one thing, you're this other thing, and my mind is this one thing, and my body is this other thing. Yeah. Like fucking put in everything. Oh, I can't say fucking.
No, you can.
Okay. You did the... Okay. Yeah, just put in everything in a category. Like this is what it's called.
Labels. Yeah. You said that you decolonized yourself, that you went from dating white men to then making music in Punjabi. Is that decolonization, or is it just a smart business move, or even a creative choice?
Both.
All
of them. It didn't come to me as a strategy, is what like the root of it is in strategy. The root of it is me missing my grandma because she's the only one I spoke to in Punjabi.
Yeah.
And then when I was in the UK, you don't feel more Indian
than in the UK.
Than when you're not in India.
At home, yeah.
Yeah. Like you feel more desi when you're not here.
But it is stronger that the farther you go away from your roots, the more you cling on to them.
Yeah, the more you also realize like what parts are in you. Yeah. Like what parts did actually go to your DNA. You know what I mean? Like not everyone in my house is as attached to Punjabi as I am. Like my sibling, he doesn't even speak Punjabi. But I do because I was just that attached to my grandmother.
Yeah.
And because we spoke so much. So it's just like little parts that make you, and then you just make music
so
with those parts.
So it's much more intimate than just like a strategy.
The strategy came second, because when I put it out and people were like, what the fuck? You speak Punjabi? That's
it was like a little off-brand for them. Is that what it was?
Yeah. They were like, we had no idea. Even my dad was a little like, I didn't know you could write in Punjabi. Because when I speak, I have to think to speak, so it's not very fluent, but when I'm writing, I can take my time, right?
You did use the word colonization.
Yeah.
Decolonization, rather. What do you think it means to decolonize as a South Asian artist, your approach to your art?
We gotta stop looking at it again in those categories. Like, this is Indian music and this is Western music. Because we have been listening to Western music with Indian music growing up. What do you think these legendary Indian composers have done? Why am I so addicted to A.R. Rahman? Because he's used so many layers of so many different genres and blending it with something that feels like home. Vishal Dadlani does it really well. Shankar Ehsaan Loy have done it. So many of these Bollywood composers that we've grown up listening to, they've done it all our lives, and somehow it's still not ours. How is it not ours? That's our culture. That's what we've grown up with. And how is it Western music? And they just, the people in that side of the world, they just haven't heard enough yet. But that doesn't mean they won't. They'll just hear it and they'll know that, oh, this sounds beautiful regardless of where it's coming from. It's just a beautiful sound. So I want to hear more of it.
It is a synthesis of a lot of things.
Exactly.
It's not just one thing. Yeah.
Like Arabic music or Iranian music. We have so many cross-cultural, like, Iranian music sounds so similar to Indian music. Even the harkats that they do, that's unlike Western music. That's more formulaic and sophisticated in their opinion.
Yeah.
And I've worked with people who were, British bred, and they thought of this type of music, which is more, it's similar to jazz. It's more about improv. Yeah. It's more about like letting the scale take you where you want to go, and it's driven by emotion. Whereas when you're talking about pop, it's more structured. It's a
formulaic.
There's a formula to it. And when you blend the two, you get something that I think is really my soft, sweet spot now. Like songs like Fucked Up.
Yeah.
That's where I think the magic is happening for me for now.
You said that there's no Jay-Z's or Rihanna's coming out of India because we treat our music industry like Bollywood's Chota Bhai. Verbatim, that's what you said, right?
Yeah.
And you think that we're not pouring into our independent music scene as much as we should. Do you think that the responsibility lies on the gatekeepers to bridge the gap between the independent music scene and the already established industry that is Bollywood and adjacent?
The role of the gatekeepers, I feel like these gatekeepers are also the people who had monopoly at a certain point in history, right? Now they're also trying to not go redundant, because if the Indian independent scene just flourishes on its own and we don't need labels and we don't need playlists, then an entire section of people who've had generations doing this, what are they going to do? You think they're just going to let that happen? That's not going to happen. It's good. We need their expertise and their time that they've spent in the industry looking at it so closely and seeing, like, as an independent musician, I only know what I know, right? I don't know how it evolves over the span of 10 years. But these labels, they've seen an artist's trajectory, multiple artists' trajectory, and the culture grow from like the 80s to 90s in India, 90s to 2000s when there was like a boom of independent music. Then it died down again. Now it's coming back again, and maybe it'll be bigger than it ever was. But now we're kind of striking that balance where I see that we sort of, as independent artists, we sort of have a voice. Like, I can sit down in a room with a label head and be like, hey, I don't want to sign an exclusive 5-year deal with you because that's just not fair. And I know it now. And people around me know it. They suggest against it. They suggest against giving your masters to people when you don't need to. 1 or 2 is fine. But like, be strategic about it. So now I feel like there's more awareness. And that's one of the reasons why I made that video too. I just wanted more people to know where I'm coming from and why sometimes I seem aggressive and shit, but it's not like for no reason.
I mean, it's valid. Like, I don't think it's aggressive because you're making a fair point. And also, just to counter that, if I may, it's fair enough to say that, things are looking better in the sense that we are bridging the gap, and some of the gatekeepers are willing to work and pass the torch to the independent artists now.
Yeah.
But isn't it really obvious when you look at the music industry that we've reached a sort of creative bankruptcy? Like, we've seen nostalgia bait just be dangled in our faces. We've seen everything be remixed, repackaged, everything.
Yeah.
Do you think that's happening because the gatekeepers aren't willing to let go of that monopoly, as you said?
I think the gatekeepers often aren't artists. So they don't know where we're going next very often. They are looking at numbers.
Yeah.
They're crunching those account sheets
Data.
or whatever. And they're seeing what worked, reproducing that again. But it's like, I don't know who said it. Maybe the maker of Ford. But the engine, he said, like, if I had asked people at that time what you want, they would have said faster horses or like 1,000 horses. They didn't know an engine could exist, right? So the engine exists because of the innovators who are the artists.
Yeah.
When you put them on the forefront, like you have these labels be run by artists who can see and sense that what these people are doing is worth putting money into.
The vision.
When they trust you, how do you trust the vision
Yeah.
when you have it yourself? And if a guy in a suit has always been a guy in a suit, he's not going to understand it. But if a guy in a suit now was maybe in a band 10 years ago, then I probably trust him more with understanding where I'm coming from and where this is going to go. Because if my music is resonating with people, it means that, somewhere I know where their pulse is, right?
Yeah.
And that's true for every artist that's, doing well right now. They know what's up. And the gatekeepers need to trust that we know what's up.
Step back.
Yeah. Let us do what we do best. And you do what you do best. And that's where that harmony is kind of coming now. Like when I talk to some people now that I would have spoken to, maybe like the positions, I'm not talking to the individual.
Yeah.
The people in those positions, I feel very empowered now. Maybe also because of the image I have. It is a little bit of an image thing. Like once you position yourself as an artist who knows their shit, then you're less likely to be fucked with.
So since you said that spirituality plays a big part in your music, you were inspired by Rumi's poetry, Sufi themes, all of those things. The divine feminine comes up a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it just like the love and light sort of feminine energy, or do you want to explore like the messier shadow aspects as well?
Bro, I feel like it's more shadow.
Yeah.
It's more mess.
Yeah.
I genuinely feel like I make my best music when something really devastating is happening to me.
I mean, that's the alchemy that every artist goes through, isn't
That's
it?
true. And it's such a cliche, but and it's not just about when I'm making music. It's also when something falls apart in my life, I see a certain movement in my career.
Oh.
Yeah. And then even with when Jashmi Bahara was blowing up, I was not in a good place. I was going through it. I was not in a good place. And even right now, I feel like I'm not in the best place I've ever been. I feel like I have a lot of work to do. Right when I go back home, I'm going to journal. It's that part of my life right now. But I'm getting such great feedback on Fucked Up. And I've been waiting for this to happen for 2 years, like since Bekadar. Like I've been waiting that something will click, And now it's happening. And I feel like it always happens when I confront something really dark and like really concealed about my own psyche. I'm trying to break a pattern in my own life right now. And I feel like the breakthroughs are going to coincide. I just have to keep at it and it'll happen.
You have a master's in music psychology. Really cool stuff. Do you use any of what you learned consciously in your music? So do you acknowledge that what you consume and what you listen to kind of has an impact on your subconscious mind? Do you think that factors into how you make your music?
Yes, absolutely. So two of my songs that I released last year, Turbulence and Golden Hour, I made them on 432 hertz. So I tuned all the instruments down.
Binaural beats, girl.
Yeah. 432 hertz is like a solfeggio frequency. And during 1945, or I think during the Second World War, or somewhere around that, they changed it to 440, the A key.
Oh.
They changed it to 440 hertz because they did some experiments and they found out that it's supposed to trigger the human brain in a not good way. It's a more unsettling frequency than 432. And it also has to do with, all solfeggio frequencies have to do with the numbers 369. I don't know if you know about Tesla's 369 theory. Yeah. It's just also interlinked and beautiful that I thought I'd give it a go. And those two songs, like, surprisingly, they've done really well in countries that I've never even been to. Like, those two songs have reached Brazil and Mexico and, like, I was going to say Mexico.
See.
Yeah, so they're resonating with people, but I did it as an experiment to see. But then also, like, sometimes when I'm sitting down with producers or engineers, I do, like, try to get, like frequencies that irk me out of the way. And there are certain instruments that just have certain frequencies that don't feel good.
Like what?
In my chest. Certain types of bass and certain types of synthesizers will just have this really irky frequency that you can tell, like, a lot of rappers use.
I've heard that about 808s.
Could be true.
Yeah.
Could be true. But a lot of rap music has that. A lot of hip hop has that. And it serves a purpose. I'm not the one to shy away from the dark aspects of, it's all a spectrum. If that needs to be brought to the world and be experienced, then so be it. But there needs to be someone to counter that and bring the other side of it in the mainstream as well. So
you have a song called I Am a God. How was it received, and how do you feel about the Indian audience's media literacy?
Bro, I was surprised. Like, for real, I thought this is gonna either end in, like, people completely ignoring it and being like, what an arrogant little stupid little kid bitch. You know what I mean? Because, like, even the promos for it is just like me. Oh, I was wearing this in the promos. Damn. Don't realize. Anyway, so even for the promos, like, I'm just walking on a street, like, this fucking 5 foot tall girl being like, I'm God, you're God, everything is God. I was like, who's God? Even my producer, right? The friend who's also on this track, Abe, he was like, bro, should we call it I Am God? Like, I think people are going to cancel us. And
I mean, listen.
I mean,
the same people are going to listen to Kanye say the
very
same
cancelable thing. People have said the same thing. But yeah, I didn't think so. I didn't think it along those lines.
Yeah, because you're not coming from a place of, like, a God complex.
Yeah.
You're coming from a divinity, all is one sort of a place.
There's, like, the line is in the song where I say, the man who says I am the slave of God is affirming that there's two of us.
Yeah.
Him and God. But he who says I am God has given himself up and says I am God. That is, I am not, and he is all. So that's what I'm trying to say. And people got it. Like, on my videos and stuff, they were like, oh, she's talking about Advaita Vedanta. She's talking about Shankaracharya's theories. People know a lot of stuff in this country, dude. And I'm really proud of it. I'm really proud of our culture because people just get it.
Right.
Like, imagine saying this in America and people would be like, that's blasphemy. Even though we think of America as, like, this country who's supposed to be, like, they're supposed to be progressive. But they won't get this expansive, just, it's non-Cartesian, right? Like, it's not rooted in European science. Like, this insistence on being logical and rational and reasonable and all, like, frontal lobe oriented. Like, are we just gonna ignore that we're so complex and we dream of things and like, we're just gonna ignore that we're human beings and act as machines? That's what the propaganda, can you imagine the amount of propaganda it would have taken to make entire education systems make us believe in these things? But the truth, like, we know the truth. Like, this country received that song so well, even though it's not, like, the biggest song ever, but everyone who's heard it is like, I know what you mean.
Yeah. I do think that we I mean, whoever creates and whoever makes art in India, I think we severely underestimate and dilute what we're doing, thinking of the Indian audience. I think have some faith in them.
Yeah.
Because we did a few years ago. We did a decade ago. I don't know why that's changed.
Yeah. It's the profit business side of things. I'm sure the industry during experimenting has incurred loads of losses. There are so many great movies. There are so many great musicians who have made beautiful music, but they still live in like really cramped up apartments, and their life didn't improve because of all of this. So certain people who are seeing that, they don't want to bet their money into that because they have families to feed, dude.
Yeah.
So they're doing what's best for them. But like, if you're in a position of privilege, not in terms of monetary privilege, I'm saying if you have a platform and you can ask people to be a little more open, and challenge themselves, and cultivate taste. You know what I mean? That's how we evolve as a society.
Yeah.
If we never like developed a taste for matcha, so many people would lose their identity. Imagine how many people now think like drinking matcha and doing Pilates is like their whole personality.
Yeah.
So like they wouldn't have gotten their personality. They'd be lost as fuck still. If we didn't adopt it as a society. So for everyone's well-being, we gotta challenge our listening a little bit. Be a little more patient and see what the artist has to say, man.
Do you think as an artist, it's like a prerequisite now to be visible and have that online presence?
Yes, absolutely. It's a medium to reach people. Why? And authentically at that. I was having this conversation with another artist friend who's been sort of shy, but now he's also having his come up, right? And he's like, I see the merit. It's, you get to control how much they see and what they see, which wasn't ever the case. Like the way other artists, even famous artists, have been tried by the media, the way they've been shown, they had no control over it.
A lot of people do have a complicated relationship with just the act of making the art, and then on top of that being like, okay, I'm here and I'm gonna play jester for you online. That's where it gets a little bit like, I think artists are doing enough just making what they are.
It's a whole other skill set. It's a whole other skill set that now we're expecting artists to cultivate. For some, they can do it, but for a large amount of time in history, it has been the onus of the label to promote these artists, right? And now, because most artists are independent, then they gotta basically
DIY it.
You know, stop bitching and whining, get to it. That's what I tell myself. I'm not saying this to anyone else. I mean, because everybody has their own struggles, right? But that's what I say it to myself. I say it to myself, bro. It's an opportunity. You want to take it, you got to be in front of the camera, do your thing. You feel stupid, so be it. Would you rather feel unsuccessful? No, right? Then do it.
Humiliating to not try at all.
Exactly. It'll be more of a waste of my potential in my freaking like my art and everything, my gifts. Like, it'll be a waste if I'm just scared to be embarrassed. Like, why am I scared to be embarrassed? All of these people who are watching me are probably fucking, you know, more embarrassing than me in every way, shape, or form. Like, they're probably farting while watching this, you know? Like, bro, you just gotta have, like, a decent level of self-esteem. And then, after that, on social media, the key is to stop performing after a while. You perform for a little bit, and then you're like, hey, you know what? Actually, I quit being nonchalant, but this is me. Take it or leave it.